for him the way I wanted to, because the system does not allow for parents of adults to intervene unless the adult child wants them involved. And only one time did Christopher allow that. And I talked about that earlier about the psychiatrist that we worked with. That psychiatrist worked to try and keep Christopher out of jail. Christopher would cycle in and out of psychosis. His thing that he would do is steal cars. He stole cars not to, sell them or anything, but, when he became, probably not the clinical term, but balanced again, he would feel remorse because he felt like he was living in the life of Fast and Furious. He was living in a delusional state. And so this psychiatrist really tried to get him the support that he needed rather than going to jail. So this last time he was in jail, he was released in December of 2023. At that time, his camp that I spoke about earlier was taken down. And that would have thrown him into a tailspin because Christopher was also a creature of habit. It was part of his illness where he needed things to be a certain way. We found out afterwards through his search and working with the Nelson Police Department that he was actually sleeping behind electrical boxes in downtown Nelson. It's something I can't even let my mind go to. And then shortly after that, he disappeared.
And do we know who was the last person to see him, or what the circumstances around that?
So we're still trying to establish that. The Nelson Police Department has been absolutely fantastic in trying to figure out, when he was last seen, what his last bank transaction was, and we're really having a hard time piecing that together. That's something that used to give me comfort about Christopher being a bit of a recluse and kind of camping on his own and keeping him to himself. It has actually turned into something that makes this search very difficult because he was so much to himself. He kept to himself. So speaking with a lot of the houselessness or population when we were in Nelson, they know he left, but a lot of them didn't really hang around with him. They knew him. He would come out and spend time, but he just wasn't seen a lot of times with other people.
You've been more vocal than some parents of missing children about the struggles you've had trying to help your son and getting the word out in the community in Nelson. What's that